Professional sports bettors like myself are only as profitable as the tools they use. While some professionals are smart and skilled enough to create their own models and algorithms, most of us have to rely on market inefficiencies. These market inefficiencies show themselves in plus EV and arbitrage opportunities. And if you don't know what plus EV or arbitrage is, here's a quick example. The basic premise of EV betting is wagering on lines that have better value compared to the market. So if you wanted to buy a bushel of bananas, the most positive EV purchase you can make in this situation is store B. So in the long term, you'll be more potassium filled for less money. The only downside of plus EV betting is it can take a large sample size to actually show you're profitable. So while this store may have the most plus EV price on bananas, they could be a little bit too ripe. Unlike plus EV betting, arbitrage betting guarantees you money every single time. Arbitrage betting involves betting on both sides of an outcome on two different books whose prices don't quite align. In other words, let's say this store is selling bananas for 50 cents while this store is buying bananas for 75 cents. So if you buy 10 bananas from this store and sell them to this store, congratulations, you just made $2.50. So how in the world do you find all these market inefficiencies in banana bundles? Well, you need an odds comparison tool. And for a long time, there were two market leaders in this space, Darkhorse Odds and OddsJam, who ended up buying out OddsBoom, and they only charged $15 a month. Only the OGs, remember? But thankfully, a new odds comparison software just popped up this year, and I believe they are going to take over the market in just a short amount of time. The software or website is called OddsView, and I'm going to tell you why I think it beats out both Darkhorse and OddsJam. So in this video, we're going to compare each of the three softwares in terms of features and price, and then I'm going to walk you through my favorite and what I believe to be the best deal for sports bettors, OddsView, show you how to navigate the website, as well as other cool features they offer at each price point. Let's get started. We're going to begin by comparing the comparison tools. That's right, this whole presentation is going to take you back to your youth and Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's probably been a while since you've read that story, but stay tuned. We're going to tell you why Darkhorse, OddsJam, and OddsView represent each of the bears in that story. Before we begin, I'm going to make it very clear. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to tell you I'm not a salesman. I'm a sports bettor like you that doesn't want his time wasted or to just be sold a useless product. I did not estimate correctly how much selling would be involved in the sports betting world. You get on Twitter and everybody's trying to get you to join their Discord and pay for their model and do all of these things. And it's overwhelming. And the last thing I want to be in this space is one of those guys. I am here to help educate you and to walk you through things in the same way that I was walked through them by other people that brought me into this world and helped educate me. That is why I'm here. So we're going to take a step back from all the antics, from all the editing, for all the production that typically comes from YouTube video, and I just want to talk to you as sports bettors and as people. Let's start with Darkhorse. Darkhorse does cost $40 a month, and unlike the other two softwares or platforms, they do not have any customization or plan differences. $40 is what you pay no matter what, and what you get is on this blue chart right here. I've highlighted the two most important things. People are probably going to be most interested in the free bet conversion feature or the bonus bet feature and the arbitrage feature. Unlike the other two as well, this plan, Darkhorse, has no plus EV plan. And if you've, again, been on Twitter or YouTube or pretty much anywhere about where people talk about sports betting, you know that plus EV is making a huge rise. In other words, this platform, this software, is the baby bear. It's just a little bit too small for most sports bettors. Next, we have OddsJam, and OddsJam is Papa Bear. It's just too big. It's just too expensive. Let's talk about what you get for your money. For $100, which is their cheapest plan, you get arbitrage, you do get EV, and you do get free bet conversion. The $200 plan gives you much of the same. You do also get low holds and middles, which we'll talk about in a second, but really not a lot more for double your money. The Platinum plan is insane, and I would imagine that it would be unrealistic to expect people watching this video to ever pay $1,000 a month. Some people's mortgage or rent is not $1,000 a month. So that's crazy. $1,000 a month, you get everything in the tiers below, but you also get live lines, live EV, live ARBs, live betting, which can be profitable. And if you've been on Twitter, I'm sure you've seen how people make a ton of money live betting. You've seen their picket slips. They're up 40 grand this month. All right, let's be serious for 2 seconds, okay? OddsView has 3 plans, much like OddsJam does, but this is the Mama Bear plan. This is the just right plan. They have a free plan, which helps you utilize the free bet conversion, okay, software. So the other two charge you $40 and $100 to convert your free bets. OddsView gives it to you for free. Also a low hold tool, which I said we would mention on the next page. You do get a pre-match odds screen, which gives you access to all sports books, all lines, so you can compare and get the best price no matter what. Then the essential plan is kind of the middle plan, and it is $100 a month. You get everything I just mentioned, plus you get ARB and EV lines. And then finally, the pro plan, which is $200 a month, gives you everything mentioned above, but you get live odds, which again are some of the most profitable odds in sports betting. Let's look at a chart that I made that helps break this down a whole heck of a lot easier. I've put all 3 of these, and I've put some of the most important topics at the top. If you're interested in free bet conversions, OddsView wins. They offer this to you for free. You're going to pay $40 on Darkhorse, $100 on OddsJam. If you're looking for arbitrage, maybe Darkhorse wins out in some way, but I will tell you that their UI is a little bit less developed than OddsView, and for the price, I think you get more in the long run paying for OddsView than Darkhorse. But strictly arbitrage, you do get $40 on Darkhorse, $100 on OddsJam, $100 on OddsView. If you want EV lines, which a lot of people are wanting to go the EV route now, it is not offered on Darkhorse. It is $100 on OddsJam, $100 on OddsView. Now, this is where we take a massive leap forward. Low holds are something that help you churn through deposit bonuses and things. It's basically saying what is almost an ARB, but not quite, okay? Middles are bets where you bet both sides and they allow you to win both. So I could bet the Steelers to win by 6 and, the Broncos, who they're playing, to not lose by more than 10. So if the Steelers win by 7, 8, or 9, I win both bets, okay? That's $40 on Darkhorse, $200 on OddsJam, and OddsView is offering it for, again, that medium tier, $100. I will add a quick note. It is July 25th, 2024, and their middle feature is down right now, but they expect it to be back in the next month and a half before football season. So hold tight on that. And finally, the live ARB and EV page, which if you are wanting to make the most money and get the biggest ARBs and get the biggest plus EV lines and really do this seriously and make serious money, you have to be on a live tool. That is where most opportunities present themselves. Pre-match lines often are available for a few minutes and then they get bet away, okay? But live can happen constantly throughout the game, okay? You get 4 hours of potential opportunities compared to, it pops up and it's gone, all right? That's going to run you $1,000 on OddsJam and only $200 on OddsView. 2 quick notes. One, at the bottom, you do see that I have a code. I said I'm not a salesman, and I'm not a salesman. But I am telling you that if you sign up and use my code GMG, you will get 35% off of your first month using OddsView. Okay, I do believe they also have some sort of a trial. So if you want to check that out before you even pay money, please do that. Okay, the second thing I will tell you is this is a new company. Bugs exist, but they are constantly working and developing this product. The developers are very active. They have a Discord that you are free to join, and you can ask questions, you can offer suggestions. It is a great community, and I found myself to be a little bit, to feel at home in this community, all right? That's what you're looking for. So if you look at this little graphic down here, this is kind of how I view the company. They are kind of just getting started. You think about OddsJam, you think about Darkhorse, and they're close to the finish line. Their products are developed. They've kind of peaked. I don't think OddsView is anywhere near the peak, and they're already offering a product that I believe is going to compete with the other two. So that is the comparison of those 3. Let's go ahead and check out the site, walk you through some of these features, show you how it looks. Like I mentioned, there are 3 subscription tiers to OddsView, and I'm going to walk you through each one. When you go to their website, you are met with this page, and you have the option to enter the terminal. On the free version, what you are going to have access to is this low hold feature over here on the far left. And what people use these for are mostly churns and deposit bonuses. So sometimes you will be on a sports book like DraftKings and they'll say you need to spend $5,000 before your bonus unlocks. So what you can do is you can find this bet over here on DraftKings. You can put money on this and put money on this. And since it's a no hold, it's a low, it is an incredibly low hold. It's a 0%. You don't lose any money. 100 returns 200, 100 returns 200, no matter what happens with Lucas Diaz threes. So that is why people will sometimes use a low hold feature. As for free bets, you guys hopefully are getting free bets from all these different books. And what's nice about this is you can sort it. Right now, OddsView is pulling almost 1,000 free bet conversions across all of the 11 sports books that they offer. Here is the list of sports books they offer right now. But like I said earlier, they are constantly updating this and they will continue to add more and more and more books as the weeks go on. So you can go up here and you can say, I have a free bet on FanDuel from Dinger Tuesday and I want to convert it. Well, right now, you got an 84% conversion with Hard Rock, you have an 84% conversion with MGM, and the list goes on. Now, I always say that 70% is a solid conversion. So anything above 70 is good, and there are plenty of good options for you right now with that. So these two tools are included in the free plan, but what you also get in the free plan, if we hop over here to Terminal, is simply an odds screen. So right now, the only thing live is tennis, but if we go over here to pre-match, it will give you for free the best odds available for all these different sports. So if you want to sort by the baseball games that are on today and you want to place a bet on maybe the Guardians to beat the Phillies, you're going to see who has the best available line. So that is a really nice feature, even for the most modest sports bettors, to be able to see lines and compare lines. Now, it's not going to do any of the polling for you and really help you narrow in your EV and arbitrage bets, but it's still a great feature to have for free. Now, if we look at the features of the $100 tier, that's where you're going to get the plus EV and arbitrage bet. So I want to show you a little bit how that works. Again, this is only for the pre-match version right here. I'll show you the live, which is the $200 version, in a second. So if you have the pre-match tab selected and the plus EV tab selected, you have all of these options for a plus EV bet. The coolest, the absolute coolest feature on this entire site that Darkhorse and OddsJam do not have is this bankroll and Kelly criterion feature. So let's say you have a starting bankroll of $1,000 and you are trying to be as precise and calculated and mathematical as possible. You're really trying to build a bankroll and do this seriously, and you're going to stick to your bankroll of $1,000. How do you know how much to bet on the EV percentage? Well, a quick note is the higher the EV, typically the more money you're going to put on it because it is a bigger opportunity. So a lot of people subscribe to the quarter Kelly criterion, and I know I'm getting into the weeds a little bit, but Kelly criterion is basically a mathematical calculation that says what unit size do I need to wager over the long term based on the odds to give me the best possible return. So a lot of people go with quarter Kelly or 0.25 Kelly, as that kind of mitigates risk, but also gives you a decent ceiling to make money. All of that is maybe for another video, but the point is, this is a huge thing for sports bettors who know what they're doing, okay? Because they don't have to go to another tool to calculate how much money they should be putting on it. So a 4% bet. Now, this bet is pulling from October. And if you want to filter this and sort it out by leagues and things, maybe you don't want EV to be pulled from things that are in October, so you can remove hockey. But bottom line is, when you have a 4% EV play with $1,000 bankroll and you're betting a somewhat conservative approach to your wager size, it tells you how much to bet right here, $8.40. This is an absolutely tremendous feature for OddsView. I mean, this is an incredible thing. It makes it so brainless, so simple, so easy. I still play EV from time to time, but I'm very particular about the EV that I play. I am more of an arbitrage guy. So let's talk about arbitrage. Arbitrage, like I said in my banana example, is the safest and most guaranteed way to make money. Right now, they're showing only a few options, and there's no real bangers, if you will, no big massive ones. And the best opportunity is from, again, the same hockey game. And if you were to, again, you can change the calculator here. So let's say I'm going to bet $200 on this line on Caesars for over 6.5. The under 6.5, I know I need to bet 178. So sometimes when you're arbitrage betting and you're trying to be quick, it's hard to do the mental math of how much to put on each side, and this makes that super easy. So these two features are what you get in the medium plan, the $100 plan, in addition to everything that I mentioned from the free plan. Lastly, the granddaddy of them all, the $200 plan, the mega plan, the best plan, in my opinion, is all that we've talked about so far, but you also get live. Now, this is going to be a little bit maybe hit and miss because it is 10 o'clock and there's not a ton of sports on besides tennis, but I am so excited for a Saturday afternoon, a full slate of college football, sitting at my computer, watching the games and getting some EV and arbitrage bets in. It's going to be awesome. Sunday night, we do it again. Sunday afternoon, we do it again with the NFL. And then we got NBA coming up. Guys, this is a huge opportunity, all right? So live, you see that there are some tennis matches where, you have some opportunities here, -120 plus 155. If you put $200 on this Bet Rivers line, you can make $22 with no risk. Now, I will say there's always risk when live arbing. Lives tend to move quickly depending on the sport, especially tennis. So it is a little bit harder to lock in some of those arb bets on tennis, but football's a little easier. There's more timeouts, there's more downs, there's more stoppages. So you have that going for you. As for EV, live now, you see these pop around and jump around and repopulate. Now, the cool thing is they added this last night. You can actually pin a bet. I've never done this before, so I'm going to show you for the first time live. So we have a pinned bet right now that shows you how it's changing. So, you can see these all jumping around and moving around. And this is an awesome feature because, again, when it's Saturday afternoon and you got all the football games on, you're going to want to maybe focus on one specific game. And by being able to pin it, you can have it at the top of your viewpoint and you're not, kind of getting distracted by everything. And as you can see now, it is no longer a plus EV opportunity, but it's still pinned up there. So that's a really, really cool feature. If you want to make money sports betting, you have to have a way to get an edge on the books. And I think building your own custom model is out of the question for a lot of us. So that is why I choose to use these tools, and specifically OddsView, as I think it gives you the most value for your money. And I think it has the highest ceiling. They're continuing to grow and expand and make their product more powerful as we get closer to these main sports like NFL and NBA. I'm really excited for what they have in store and what it means for me and my bankroll. So check out OddsView. If you want to use my code GMG, you do get 35% off your first month. Hop in the Discord, become part of the community, and let's make some bucks.